Yan. Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone. Good morning, everyone. Yan. So we're just checking if we're already on Facebook.
Yes, we're on Facebook, live na live. Ayan.
Yan. Good morning, everyone. So welcome to TupperwareBrands Live. My name is Cristalle and I'm the marketing manager for Tupperware. And with me today is my co-host, Paul de la Cruz, our category manager for Tupperware. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Cristalle. And again, it's August 2. It's our day 1 actually of our new campaign. So let's take this opportunity actually para batiin and to ensure na mataas ang energies ng ating mga sales force. Ayan. So good morning to all our business consultants, our business managers, our business partners, regional sales managers. Ayan, meron ka bang gustong batiin in particular, Cristalle? Mag-check lang ako dito.
Yes, so live na live tayo ngayon. And of course, as mentioned by Paul, we are launching our August campaign. I'm sure everyone is very, very excited. Can I see here in our chat room kung sino ang excited? Let's say hello to everyone, Paul. So I just have my phone here with me so that I can check the messages.
Sige,
so I have
natin.
here, good morning, Ma'am Juliet, Ma'am Venus. Good morning. Uy, Ma'am Chat, good morning.
Si Miss Joyce, Mabakyaw Solano. Hello, Miss Joyce. Ayan. Si Miss Mars Passion. Good morning po, ma'am.
Yan, sino pa ba? Topper Tacloban FSM. Good morning. Tacloban Branch. Good morning. Or mo.
Si Miss Jason Chong. Hello, good morning po, ma'am. Ayan.
Napakadami nating viewers.
Ayan. Oo, guys. Now we have 103 attendees.
Oh,
so
dami.
please continue po to tag and invite, share nyo po dahil for sure po marami kayo matututunan in this afternoon's episode.
Yes,
so keep them coming.
It's very easy to share. You just have to click the button at the click the button there at the bottom lower left. It says share, and then you can share it with all your friends, your family, your customers, your groups, your sales group. So share it now before we begin this very exciting episode of our Tupperware Live.
Hindi po kayo magsisisi. Yes.
Yes. So for 75 years, Tupperware has been committed to the good life, in living the good life. That's why this August, we're going to tell you how you can commit to the good life by choosing wellness, choosing good things that will help you organize your life for the better.
Ayan. So syempre, agree tayo dyan with Cristalle, because again, a life well lived is a choice. And now more than ever, dahil medyo secluded tayo in our homes, we find ways of amusement. Ano ba yung pwede nating pagkaabalahan inside our very own homes.
That's right. Yeah. Kaya nga ang dami ngayon nagiging home cook na. So kung makita dito sa chat, sino yung natuto dito magluto because of the pandemic or because naka-lockdown tayo? Yan. I'm sure marami ditong na-realize nila na ang galing pala nila magluto. And then we have like an entire generation of home cooks. Everyone just loves to cook right now. Yung iba pa nga nagbe-business na dyan ng pagluluto and have been very successful. And also some people have found the passion for living a healthier lifestyle through exercise. So meron na ngayon, bumibili sila ng mga gym equipment nila. They already have a home gym. It's an essential now in the new good life.
Yan. At syempre, Cristalle, isa sa pinaka nag-trending, yung inaabangan natin kasi merong naging popular, di ba, na group, at the social media site na ang tinatawag nga nila is yung DIY or your do it your own, home fluffing. So ibig sabihin ng home fluffing, hindi kailangan pong gumastos ng malaki para i-rearrange, baguhin or ibahin yung look, para i-makeover siya. So dahil nga dito na naging pastime po actually ito, pinagkakaabalahan at naging hobby din for folks, especially like most of us nga na under quarantine, lalo na ngayon, pa-ECQ na naman, so meron tayong i-look forward na gagawin.
Yeah, so a lot of people are getting into home renovations but also home organization because as we all know, this is like the pinakamabilis na way to really organize your home.
Yes, agree, Cristalle. Sabi nga natin na organization or home organization is the fastest, easiest, and one effective way to refresh. Kasi nga, di ba, from time to time, no, kailangan nakaka-affect siya sa mental health natin. Bilang hindi na nga tayo makalabas, no, a change of sight actually will do wonders for us. No? Maiiba yung outlook natin, no? So mas magiging positive siya. And again, no, in Tupperware, no, again, we commit to goodness. And part of committing to goodness is being well-rounded, no, in terms of our well-being. Ayan. So kailangan natin na maging stress-free, kailangan natin ng peace of mind by again beginning po, no, with organizing or home organization. Kaya nga, no, ang ating official hashtags this afternoon, so tandaan niyo po, no, we actually have 3, no, Tupperware, hashtag Tupperware Makeover 2021, hashtag Chaos to Maayos, and hashtag From Now to Wow. Ayan. So i-type nyo nga po guys, no? Kasi yung first 5 na magta-type po nung 3 complete na hashtags will actually win, no, a prize. At ano nga ba tong prize na to, Cristalle?
So they're going to win our 2-piece one-touch camellia canisters as prize. So yung first 5 that will post the complete hashtags will win the 2-piece set. So this is actually the one of the newest products this campaign, the 2-piece one-touch canisters. Yan. So I have a
so
sample.
guys, type in nyo na po yung 3 hashtags and later babalikan natin, no, kung sino yung first 5 with the most, no,
so
hashtags yung makukuha
correct hashtag and correct spelling.
Dapat. Yes.
Dapat tama yung spelling at kompleto. So 3 hashtag doon. Okay? So type it down. Chaos to Maayos. From Now to Wow. And yung Tupperware. Ano yung pangatlo? Paul?
From Now to Wow. Yeah. Tupperware Makeover 2021.
Tupperware
From
Makeover
Chaos to Maayos and From Now to Wow. Ayan.
Yan,
so,
ulit-ulit na namin ni Paul. So, dapat wala nang magkakamali.
Nag-uunahan na sila, Cristalle, para
so, 5 lang.
makakuha ng kanilang 2-piece. So guys, no, i-verify namin. No, so this is being recorded. So we have a way po to verify later kung sino po yung first 5 with the most number hashtags, correct spelling, at kompleto po. Ayan.
5 winners. The first 5.
So we'll get in touch with you later. Ayan.
Yeah. So what does it mean by From Now to Wow? First, now can mean that it is chaotic, cluttered, and draggy. To wow. Wow is being organized, harmonious, and truly inspiring. Diba? So today, we actually have a special guest. She's an interior designer, owner of Design by Detail PH. So si Jen Panlilio. So good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Jane.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Actually, past hi. Actually, past 12 noon na. So should we say good afternoon?
Nako, Jean, hindi kita na-brief ng mabuti, no? Na in Tupperware, it's always good morning. So whether umaga, tanghali, gabi, umulan, umaraw, it's always good morning. Kasi nga, we always believe, no, each day is actually a brighter day, no? Another good start, no, to begin with. So we always remind each other of this positivity na, so we greet nga each other, good morning, mapaanong oras pa man. Ayan. So once again, ulitin natin. Good morning, Jean!
Okay. Good morning and good morning, everyone. Galing. I agree. Especially today, we always have to be optimistic and just be joyful and grateful. Like it's always bright and happy. So good morning to both of you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yan. So Jean, no, we're actually, no, from the sa brief introduction ni Cristalle, medyo nabitin kami kanina, no? So we'd like to hear more about, if you can actually introduce yourself. So interested kami mas makilala ka namin this afternoon.
Okay. So I am Jill, and I'm a mom of 4. I have 2 teenagers and 2 toddlers. And well, I've always run my own businesses, but really right now my focus is interior design. So that is my bread and butter for the moment.
Yeah, and she's actually also a lifestyle influencer in Instagram. So
commercial model, ayan. Oo.
Yeah, she's like a model. lifestyle influencer. So yeah, so that's how do you balance?
I feel like it's an art form.
Yeah. How are you able to balance your life? It seems
like nga, ang daming ginajuggle. Oo.
Oo nga eh. Oo nga eh. No, actually, I mean, with regard to the kids, or, you know, I can't take naman credit for everything. Kasi, syempre, yeah, I have a lot of help. My family, they have good yaya. So, sige, I won't take credit for that.
Same
For
din.
all
Same
of
din
that.
for me.
But
I actually have
yes,
yeah.
diba? A good yaya makes a big difference.
And I guess
And then of
what we
course, the lolas, and then they love to. So, but time has always been. I've always been blessed with being able to move my work. It's always been flexible. So I could organize my day, or organize the tasks per day. I don't actually really go per week, per month. I mean, unless there are specific schedules. But I organize per day.
Yan, may
And it
nabanggit.
helps, especially with a flexible schedule.
Schedule.
Yes.
So may nabanggit si Miss G na magic word, no, for this afternoon na maririnig niyo more often, which is organizing. So I assume, Miss G, no, yung organizing actually is one of your success factors kung bakit juggling, no, the role of a mom of four, being an entrepreneur, being an interior designer, no, nagagawa mong gampanan lahat. Ayan. So Miss Jean, we're so excited to hear from you, no. So ano ba yung importance, no, of actually organizing? Why organize? At saka ano ba yung benefits or advantages of actually being able to organize? Ayan.
Yes.
So can you share with us, Miss Gino, ano ba yung kung ano yung mga benefits po, no? Benefits or advantages of being organized or organizing?
Okay, well, advantages, less clutter, less stress. So that's one. And I think that's a given. If your environment is neat and orderly, then you'll also feel neat and orderly inside. So soothing surroundings are very nurturing. And then apart from that, you save time. You're more efficient because when it's organized, you know where things are. So you're not running around everywhere looking for things. And of course, you save time, money, and other resources. And, being organized brings more good things into your life. That's a fact.
We attract positivity. Ayan. So guys, no, before tayo mag-continue, no, so interrupt ko lang very quickly si Miss Gino. I-ready nyo na po yung inyong pens and your paper dahil papunta po na tayo sa meat ng ating discussion this afternoon. So guys, so remind ko lang din, no, please stay tuned po, no, for the rest of the episode kasi nga later, para po dun sa ating mga mga listeners, yung mga very attentive listeners and viewers natin, no, definitely meron kayong makukuhang prize if makakasagot po kayo ng tama. So, Miss Jean, ayan, umpisahan na natin kasi I know you prepared a lot of very practical and relevant tips, no, for all of us. So excited na kaming marinig yan at mai-apply later on. So we can, so Cristalle, ayan.
And so let's flash the slide. So we actually have Jen prepared some slides for us so that we're really interested to know how we can actually start organizing our homes, because we know that this is actually the first step in doing a makeover of our life, right? Of our home. So what's your first tip, Jen?
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. So I prepared 9 tips, but the very first one, like I always say, is measure. Measure. This one is important to take note of the shelf space, get the length, width, and height, and then of course the sizes of the Tupperware containers. What's nice is that they already indicate the sizes. So once you get your shelf measurements, you can apply now what would be perfect for that space. No? So this is most important, especially when you have limited space. So by measuring, you can use space efficiently and maximize the areas for your needs. You will also prevent clutter from happening because if you buy the wrong size, it could end up being left on the counter or in a space that wasn't intended for it. So I always feel like, organizing is like putting puzzle pieces together. When you measure, plan, you'll find a space for everything. Yeah. So like here in the photo that I put, I was so excited to see that the Tupperware containers fit my shelf perfectly. I didn't have to change anything.
Yeah, and so that's what's nice about Tupperware. Actually, you can find all the information you need. Actually, we have it in the catalogs. You can actually also ask your favorite business consultant about the details of the different products that we are offering. And what you can do is actually measure your shelf, and then you can instantly choose from the range of products that we have available. And we have different sizes, different heights, different widths, depth, so that you can easily maximize the space in your kitchen cabinets, your pantry, para talagang walang nasasayang na space, di ba? Tama. So parang talagang maximize mo lahat ng space na meron sa kitchen mo. Walang masasayang. Okay?
Yes. Walang masasayang. So like I say, there is a place for everything. You just have to prioritize and organize. Which leads to tip number 2. So
Tip number 2 is?
Number 2. Okay. So tip number 2 is categorize and organize. So I like to do this. I make lists for my cabinets. I like baking, so I have a baking area for my ingredients and my tools, appliances, and then the other, like, let's say pastas, dry goods, and then inside the ref you can also organize the vegetables, fruits, leftovers. Baby food always has leftovers. And then in the pantry, of course, the cereals, candy, snacks, canned goods. If you organize it well, then you'll efficiently be able to maximize the space. Yeah. So planning out the flow is really important because it'll save you time. You'll know exactly where to go, where to look, and you can do this inside your ref also. So like an example, I think like an example, baking. So usually goods, my baking ingredients are organized well. I have the flour, sugar, all of that. But cooking is not so much my, it's not something I do often for myself. So, I find myself sometimes, thinking, okay, I want to make this. And then I end up scrambling around the kitchen looking for my herbs, spices, and then there are times I actually burn my food because it's somewhere in the back of the cabinet. Sometimes I don't realize I don't have, stash anymore. So it's really good to have your things in specific areas.
Yeah. So I guess it really depends on your lifestyle din, no? Kung ano yung mga hilig mong gawin. So if you're a baker, do a list on baking tools or ingredients that you normally need. If you like cooking, or you like cooking, you can have like a list of ingredients that you normally store for your favorite dishes. And then, if you have a baby naman, you end up listing things for your baby, diba? And then you can organize it in a particular pantry or shelf space that you have at home. Also, if your kids are interested in eating cereals, actually my kids mahilig sa rice, but it really depends na kung yung hilig din ng kids mo. Kung yung kids mo mahilig sa cereal, then probably as a mom, you will have a space na puro iba't ibang klaseng cereals. You have, diba, yung mga different kinds like chocolate flavor, merong corn, and so on. So it really depends on so you have to think ano pa talaga yung parating yung ginagamit sa bahay.
Ginagamit. Yes, exactly. So like for my kids, I have a junk drawer, and then their chocolates, their snacks are all organized inside that drawer. Easy to access for them, and it keeps their kalat in that one specific area also. So plan ahead of time. Plan the containers that you need, and then you'll know how to put the puzzle pieces together.
Nice. So dadagdagan ko lang yun, Miss Gina and Cristalle. No, I think yung magandang point dun is yung i-establish different workstations nga. No? So you have a cereal station, your breakfast station, your snack station, ayan, no? And then yun nga, no, yung pag-categorize and organize nga, it saves you time kasi instead na naghahanap ka, stressing over where to find stuff, no? Alam mo na kung saan ka pupunta. Tapos yun kagaya na nabanggit ni Miss Jean kanina, no? Hindi ka masusunugan ng niluluto mo kasi everything you need is within reach. So yung alam mo, madalas mong gamitin are within reach, no? Hindi mo pa siya tatakbuhin sa kabilang room, sa or maghahagdanan ka pa para umakyat or hahanapin pa sa ilalim.
Yes.
So, menos iwas sunog sa pagluluto. Ayan. So, ayan. So, yun nga. So, and yun nga siguro yung fruits and vegetables. Kasi after we do the
diba?
closing. Go ahead. Sorry po.
Yes, you put them there. Less frazzle, I think.
Yes.
You know where things are. Less stress. So
Less
the flow
stress.
again is easy. Energy is better when you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So we move on to tip number 3.
Tip number 3.
Tip number 3 is...
Tip number 3. Okay, color coordination for aesthetics. So I always feel color adds spice and is pleasing to the eye. But really, there's nothing more satisfying than opening up your cabinet and seeing, color coordination of colors. So you can actually have different color schemes or color options. Those are personal. You can choose monochromatic. You can choose complementary colors. Like here, in the picture, we have orange and teal. Or you can do pastels or primary colors, red, blue, yellow. So it's really up to you what you want to choose for your cabinets. Like I said, it's a personal thing or it's subjective. What's nice about Tupperware is the colors are soothing, pretty to look at, and they're very classy. So it's easy to mix and match if you're not too particular, and your cabinet space will still look festive and pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, so
I personally like monochromatic.
Themes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me naman, I really like colorful.
Yeah.
Because I guess when I'm in the kitchen, I want it to be like bright and happy. But it really depends on your personality. And what's nice about Tupperware, I guess there are colors that you can choose from if you want it to be colorful, if you want it to be monochromatic, or alam mo maganda ngayon this campaign, this month we're actually launching new products or products in new colors, and most of them are in tones of purples and pinks, like the Camellia One Touch canister, which comes with a print. It's actually a purple tone, and then I have here behind me the crystal canisters, which also are in purple tone, and we have fridge stackables also in purple, and then the bowls naman come in different colors. There's like purple, there's a tone of orange or like a butternut color, and then there's blue. So it really depends on your style, your personality. If you want multicolored or if you want just one color, So maganda nga yan, tama. It adds spice and it's very pleasing to the eyes. Okay. Pero for those naman who want,
and then these colors are
yung mga ano naman, so the next tip, it's related also to color, right? So it's all about choosing a color for. So tip number 4 is about.
So tip number 4 is color coordination, but this time for organization. So, based on your categories or the list that you made, you can organize areas by color. So, so this actually color coordination can be used for organization. You can choose a color per category in your list. Example, like in this photo, these would be my dry goods containers. Since I like the more monochromatic or, one color theme, then my dry goods will all have blue covers. And then, of course, you can also organize in such a way that like others can use colors per item. For example, the white sugar is in the teal container or the brown sugar is in the purple container. It becomes like an automatic reflex to reach out for that color when you need the sugar or whichever item you put, is designated to the colored container and all. So it helps visually, but it also has a psychological response or reflex or cue, right? So, with all the colors Tupperware has available, it actually makes it easier for you to choose to fit your personal style and psychology.
If I may just add lang, Miss Gino, so tama yung nabanggit ni Miss Gino kasi I think it's also related with visual clutter, no? So parang may nabasa tayo na parang as much as possible, no, if we go monochromatic or we limit to a certain number of colors para hindi siya straining to the eye kasi parang eventually, di ba, pag super dami din niya, medyo rin siya, nakaka-stress siya sa mata. So versus if you do like monochromatic or 2 or 3 colors na complementing.
Yeah.
So ayan. So tama si Miss Gino, it's actually a good
Yeah.
visual cue and at the same time psychological cue.
Yeah, soothing. It's very soothing.
Yes.
When you see your cabinets are, organized.
Organized or coordinated.
You know, apart from the puzzle pieces being, apart from the puzzle pieces, na fit. You know. So moving on to tip number 5. Okay, so over here, tip number 5, stack them and build your tower neatly. Yes. So I like stackable containers that don't tip over or fall. Especially when you have to pull it up from a top shelf or the ref. It happened. I mean, it's happened so many times that when I pull out, many, it just topples over because the balance is off or the way the covers are. It's not. It's not balanced. So. Yeah. So I really like how Tupperware, when you can stack them nicely and you can stack them neatly, but at the same time, there's a perfect balance to it. And I was actually really.
Sorry, you actually maganda rin sa Tupperware is the seals. If you notice, there are para siyang it's really well thought of yung design ng seals so that when you stack them together, when you accidentally, for example, push the top, parang hindi siya talaga nagtatopple over or nahuhulog ka because
may stopper.
There's like it's like a stopper essentially. Basically, you won't easily fall or it's super stackable, and it also comes in most of our products like the seals of our bowls. So you see that dapat ko lang sa screen. So basically, it's designed in a way so that you can easily stack the products, saving space in your kitchen.
Yeah, and I really like that you can stack them. I mean, they're different sizes, so you can stack them one on top of. I mean, like let's say one big container, then 2 small ones on top. So I was really amazed and delighted that Tupperware's containers fit into my ref shelves perfectly. So many different sizes. Yeah, there. Look at the picture. So, it just perfectly went. I didn't have to change any shelf levels. Yes, optimized. So
kaya maganda rin na maraming different sizes, no? Talagang mama-maximize mo every space. May mga maliliit na size, merong malalaki. So, depende rin dun sa sinustore mo sa loob.
Yes.
Kung baka kasi minsan yung leftovers, di ba, konti lang siya. So so we have like smaller containers for these type of items.
Then you want the smaller containers, syempre, for that, di ba? Not the big ones. Tapos, So it's neat, clean, organized, and efficient, and that's really the goal. That's really the goal of it. That's really the goal for organization. Yeah.
Yes. And dagdag ko lang, Cristalle and Miss G, no? So in this campaign, no, from the smallest container, which is 140 ml, to the largest container, which is actually a 4-liter or an 8-liter, 9-liter na pack a lot, no? We have it available this campaign. So marami silang pagpipilian. So we have every size to fit your requirement or your need.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, yes. So variety. Lots of variety.
Yes, variety.
So next, tip number 6. Yes, variety. So tip number 6, you have the option, clear, opaque, solid. Being able to see the contents maximizes your efficiency because you're able to keep track of what's in stock in your ref and pantry. So you minimize wastage, you declutter easily, which leads to, of course, time saving again. So I usually, it's again personal, but I usually go for the clear or opaque containers because it saves me time, especially for goods or leftovers in the ref. I don't have to keep, peeping into each one to check what's left inside because really you forget the contents over time, right? And it happens that food gets left in the ref or freezer forever, and then tamad na, so it just gets left there. And Oo, 'di ba? And then like my kids, they like to get food from the containers and then they leave the containers and then after empty na pala. 'Di ba? So you and it happens all the time. Why is it, of course they don't think of removing it and putting it in the sink. So with a clear, na walang laman. Sige, ilabas na, you can save space for another thing. Yeah. So, with that being said, being able to see the contents inside actually maximizes efficiency. And of course, less wastage talaga.
Yeah. So as a cook naman, pag nagluluto, important talaga na nakikita mo yung ingredients in the ref right away because so that you can easily do cooking. I mean, doing your kitchen prep. Pag-prepare mo ng ingredients mo, mas mabilis. Kasi actually, yan yung pinakamahirap sa pagluluto. Honestly, yung cooking part, madali lang yan eh. But yung prep, preparing the vegetables, ingredients, lalo na pag hindi mo mahanap yung ingredients sa ref, yun yung parang nakakapagod gawin for those who love to cook. The preparation. So it's really nice to put them in containers which you can either see-through or shear, so that you can easily grab the items that you need when you're about to cook.
And then ako mag-add lang ako ng Cristalle and G, no?
Yeah, or
actually,
like sometimes you don't. Sige.
Sige, go ahead, Miss G. Sorry, go ahead.
Like, let's say sometimes nga you don't know na ubos na pala. Diba? Let's say the sugar. Ubos na. Siyempre, sometimes you don't think of bringing it out because in the back of your mind, meron pa din. Tapos, when you see it, diba, parang, ay, ubos na. So, rush to the grocery.
To buy.
Or, yung mga ganon. Yeah, oo. So, it helps talaga to know, what's inside and to be able to see it easily, really for time management.
And siguro nga din, yung duduktungan ko lang sinabi ni Miss G, mas mababudget natin yung oras nga natin and at the same time yung expense. Kasi normally, di ba, we schedule our trips to the grocery. So ayaw naman natin yung frequent tayo, lalo na ngayon, medyo discouraged tayo because of yung ongoing natin na situation. So mas less frequent, mas safe for us. And at the same time, pagpunta natin sa grocery, lahat ng kailangan nating i-refill na, bilhin na natin. Ayan. And siguro nga ng iba din dahil nga gusto nila preference-wise din, depending on their taste, gusto nila medyo share. Kasi for example, ayaw nyo masyado yung unsightly yung bawa masyado siya masarsa, or medyo hindi siya ganun, medyo messy na siya sa loob, no? So gusto rin natin medyo may concealing factor. So kaya we go for the sheer. Pero like yung mga dry goods na nabanggit ni Miss G or yung food nga na madaling mapanis or kailangan dapat meron tayong gauge kung meron pa tayong i-reheat or i-dispose na ba to kasi medyo matagal na siya or kailangan natin mag first in, first out, no? Yung unang naluto, unahin natin siya i-reheat, ayan. So we go for the clear. So it's again a matter po of preference at kung ano yung paggagamitan nyo, especially anong ilalagay nyo po sa loob. So I guess we can go with tip number 7.
So we can go number 7, yes. So versatility. Tupperware containers are not just for kitchen use, but all around the house. So I really appreciate that, you can put them in different areas of the home for the kids' toys, your tool cabinet, art materials, laundry items. These are definitely clutter that can be organized properly. So like I was saying when we were making kwento, that Lego is one of the most painful things to step on. I think most parents know that. Masakit talaga siya. Masakit siya. Okay,
baka ma-ER pa tayo.
Masakit siya, diba? Oo. Buti nga walang tetalo. Hindi, pero so these, like Lego, most especially, I like to keep them in containers where they are sealed properly. So when you bring them out, the cover won't come off, tapos mahuhulog yung mga pieces all over the floor. We try to prevent that, especially at night. So sometimes the kids, when they bring out the toys and it's not sealed, syempre it starts falling all over, So this is where I like to use Tupperwares also. And then apart from that, of course, art materials. And then it's my favorite. My favorite is hardware, tools. And, as a designer, I like to have tools and I like to keep hardware for any emergencies in my house. Like if I have to hang frames, if I have to fix the cabinet doors, I have the nails, and if you don't organize them, you'll end up looking for them, one small piece at a time. So I like to also organize my tool cabinet according to the hardware.
Yeah,
And laundry.
and for
I do
the
my own
tools,
laundry. Yeah.
yeah. And for the tools, then sometimes carry yung mga those things that you need for hanging frames, artworks. Sometimes if you don't know where these tools are, and you end up buying again, di ba? And pala meron ka pala somewhere.
Yes, yes.
So, I mean, it's also expensive, yung mga really, really nice hooks for painting. Yeah, I mean, you have to buy a pack pa sometimes. Sometimes you have to buy
the balls. They add up. Yeah.
They add up. So it's really nice to put them in containers. Yeah.
Yes.
And then as for me,
so just like in the kitchen, nasasayang, here in the tool cabinet, ganun din, diba?
Yes. So, and also, this is a good tip for moms. Like, basically, it would be good to allow your kids to play with one toy at a time. So what I do is I actually keep their toys in different Tupperware containers. So Lego in one container, art materials in one, and then I get to schedule their activities for the day or for the afternoon. And for example, it's time for Lego. So I just bring up the Tupperware container with Lego. And then when they're done, I ask them to pack away in their Tupperwares, and then I bring out them the art materials, which is in a different Tupperware container, so that you're really organized. And also, it helps also with the development of your kids. So it's really nice to be organized, even with the things of your kids. And then for tools naman, just a story, yung husband ko kasi, he loves buying mga gadgets, tools for his hobbies. So, I tell him that every time he buys these things, he has to make sure that he has a place for them. Na-mention mo kanina, Jin, diba? There's always a place for everything. And before you buy anything, actually, you have to make sure may idea ka na where you're gonna keep that item, or else it's gonna end up as clutter and kalat lang siya sa bahay. Yeah, so it's very good to have like a space for everything.
Eyesore. It becomes an eyesore.
I hate that. Yung may mga maliliit na mga bagay. Or when you open the drawer and
and it's all
mixed in one drawer.
And then to add to this, mixed in one drawer, Lego art materials and their things, no. So, but to add to this also, like I like to give my kids colors, specific colors. Like, okay, this color is for you and your things. So, like right now, let's say my daughter Zoya likes Polly Pockets, although we haven't really organized it yet. But or for other things, like for her Shopkins, mga ganyan. Usually, you just give them a color. Okay, yours is pink. You can even ask, is your favorite color pink or purple? And then, so this is for you. And then it also gives them a sense of responsibility because they know now that these containers are mine and I will fix my toys according to the color, that's designated to me. Yeah.
I-add ko lang din, for working from home,
psychology also of it.
Meron akong personal ref or my personal pantry para hindi na pabababa. So, nandito na rin kailangan kong lahat for the day. So, yung snack station ko is nandito.
Okay. Oy, wow.
So, for our big keepers, perfect yung siya
easy
also
to
for
reach.
food.
Yes.
Okay, so moving
so
on to our next step.
Move on to tip
Or eat.
Tip number 8. Okay, so tip number 8, choose durability and choose quality. Why? Because it preserves food longer, if that's your goal. It's Tupperware containers are airtight and they seal well. And then in the long run, you save money because you don't have to keep buying and replacing. Support sustainability, wastage. So less burden on the environment because the product lasts longer. And of course, the concept of less is more. So a few good pieces, more storage space. Okay, so like let's say you buy quality containers, they're durable, they last longer, you can reuse them over and over again. And then you can even get the sizes that work best for you. So you also lessen the clutter in your drawers by storing less. And then like you said also, Cristalle, that you can nest them,
over the other.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
and
yeah.
they're all somewhat, they're all somewhat coordinated. I don't know, like you have the sizing, so you can just put them one top of the other, then the smaller ones also inside. So you don't have to keep collecting so many different sizes. You just have what's right for your shelves and maybe a few extras for your ref or whatever additionals. And you don't have to keep buying and buying.
Yeah. So in terms of
So-
Tupperware products, actually, since of course we all know that Tupperware products are really high quality products, which with designs which are well
Yes.
thought of. So for example, these bowls, so
Yeah.
they actually nest together when you're not using them. So they're actually really big. You can use
Okay.
them. They're multi-use. You
Yes.
can use them for storing. You can
For
use them for
serving.
serving also. For
Yeah.
example, you are gonna go somewhere like out of town with family, you can bring them
Yeah.
with you to bring snacks or maybe cooked food, pre-cooked food. And
Yeah.
then also, of course, since they are really high quality products, they come with seals. We call them seals actually, which are airtight or spill proof, so that you can make sure that your food lasts longer or kept fresh longer. And yeah, you mentioned kanina, since they're high quality products, you don't have to keep on buying containers, so that you're actually saving money in the long run, because you don't have to keep on replacing
Yeah.
the containers that you put in your shelves. And also it to support sustainability also, since you keep on reusing them for a really 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 long time. I mean, with proper use and care, this will really last you years.
30 years.
Years, right? And yeah, it will help
Years.
also the environment.
Years. Oh, diba?
Yes.
So better you keep them, you properly take care of
Pwede
them.
mo, it
You
can
pass
be
it on.
an heirloom.
You can
Yeah,
pass
no,
it
it's
on,
true.
yes,
You
to
can
your
pass it on to your
kids.
Pass it
kids.
on to, diba? It could be an heirloom.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's true, ah.
No, but I have to add to this, not like two things. So this one, this orange container with the gulay, with
Yeah, the
with
modular
my
box.
lettuce, no?
Butternut, yes.
Yes, that's the one that she was showing.
Yeah, the
It's airtight. Yeah, because I used to keep my gulay in plastics that would come when you buy it. And
yeah.
then it nasisira agad, sayang. So actually this one, I left it in the orange container and put it in my ref. And then I went out of town, I came back. Oh, parang fresh na fresh.
Fresh
Naging
pa
breakfast
rin?
ko pa this
Wow.
morning.
Ano yan,
Oh,
a
and
true
so I
story.
I will attest to that. Yes, I will attest to the
Totoo yan. That's a true story. Yeah.
airtightness of the
Testimonial.
container. Oo,
Testimonial
yeah.
there.
So,
Thanks, Jen.
yeah, testimonial.
Idadagdag ko lang
breakfast,
doon,
okay,
no?
so-
Miss Jean and Crystal, no?
Oo.
So especially nowadays, no, kailangan talaga maging prudent on
Yeah.
spending. So doon na po tayo sa quality and durable
Oh,
at the
agree.
same time. Yes.
Yan.
So that quality rin and durable din yung food. I mean, longer lasting.
Longer
Last
na.
longer.
Fresh long.
And you save money talaga,
Yes.
especially now,
Yes,
di ba,
last longer.
pandemic, di ba you end up buying more? Kasi nga you don't want
Go out.
to go out, like,
Yes.
and buy, like, usually,
Oo,
before, I
yeah.
used to go grocery like once or twice a week. But now, parang I try to buy more that will last, like, maybe longer than a week, so that I don't get exposed,
Yeah.
di ba? So you have to keep them in really good containers para they last longer.
Yeah.
So,
O yan, may testimonial si Miss Mars Passion. Yung lettuce daw niya
Okay,
can
so-
actually stay in the Tupperware container for 2 weeks
Ayun.
at
2 weeks.
fresh pa din.
wow, 2 weeks, right? So,
Ayun,
these are really
see?
true-
Ayun na,
these are
diba?
true stories,
Okay.
guys.
Ayan, so share
nice
nyo lang po
to
inyong mga
hear.
true stories. Ayan,
Oo.
we're reading
So,
them po.
for all those who are watching, share naman your true
Okay.
stories, your testimonials about the products.
Oo.
So, our tip number 9, let's move on to tip number 9, may pag-game pa tayo.
Yes. Okay. So, okay,
Ayan,
so
favorite natin.
tip number 9. Okay, so tip number 9, styling and table skits. So favorite ko to, especially it's because it's related to my industry. But I got so excited. I really got so excited when I saw that Tupperware had these jars. to save space, you would like to leave the containers on the tabletops. And if they are nice, you can use them as accessories, for your styling. So this one over here, it actually, these jars, I put them by my coffee maker. They're for my sugar coffee and creamer for those, if ever I have guests who like cream. But I like that you can use it for styling. Presentable on your tabletops. So over in the other side, I mean the other photo, this is my kitchen, you know, and then it actually matched the color scheme of my kitchen backsplash. So, I can actually leave it just there and it will still feel cohesive to the look of my kitchen.
Nice.
So that
that's
was exciting for me. Yeah.
So,
I
yun
added.
din yung maganda sa Tupperware
Yes.
containers. So, we have a lot of products to choose from that are actually good for displaying also. So, if, for example, your cabinets are open, walang cabinet doors, then it will still look nice if you have it on display. And also, if you're planning to use them for serving condiments or snacks, you can actually use this for serving mga cookies or treats, mga lengua de gato, mga ganon, or to your guests or your family or your kids. Then you can just display it on the tabletop. You don't even have to hide them in the cabinets because they're so nice to look at and you can display it anywhere on an open shelf or something. Yeah.
Oh.
Diba?
And they're airtight. So what's nice about it also is they're airtight. So let's say you put the kids snacks, their mga bread pan. Oh, diba bread pan, yung mga it becomes makunat like the Oreo.
Makunat.
So these containers are perfect for them.
And you're sure na hindi
diba?
papasok yung mga
Unless gusto mo yun. Pero
walang
Mga ants, yung mga insects,
diba?
yan.
Especially
walang ants,
nilagay mo
walang
sa
langgam.
table,
Yeah.
diba? Nilagay mo siya sa table. So, you're sure na walang mga pests or mga ants na papasok or pupunta dyan sa table mo.
Yes.
At hindi
Yeah,
nagka-clump ang mga powders.
Safe ang iyong food.
Yes.
Yeah. Ay, hindi nagka-clump. Tama. Yung sugar. And cream.
Sugar and the coffee.
Especially with the humidity. Oo. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
exciting and beautiful, elegant products of Tupperware. Classy.
Yan.
That,
Okay, so thank you for the
Thank
wonderful
you, Miss Jean.
practical,
Ang dami nung 9 tips na yon na very practical.
Thank
And dami
you.
pa.
Okay. So, yeah. So, actually, let's go through the products just one by one very quickly. So, we talked about the different new products this month or this August. We actually have here the Panlilio One Touch canisters, which are actually 600 ml in size. And it actually seals with just one touch. Just by pressing here at the center, you'll be able to seal the containers and it becomes spill-proof already. Yeah. And it comes with a very nice floral print there. So, we also have other new products.
Yeah, so we also have naman the half-fridge stackables, no? So they're actually spill-proof, no? Pwede nyo po siya i-stack horizontally. Pwede rin pong vertically if you have limited space in your ref. It comes na din po no, in 2 colors. So we have pink and we have purple as well. And at the same time, no, we also have, napakita kanina ni Ms. Jean, yung ating 3-piece crystal jar. So again, it's made of polycarbonate material. So it gives you that glass-like look and finish. So perfect siya actually for holding your condiments and for displaying as well. And it comes po no, with a 900 ml capacity. So you can create your own stations for display and for use as well.
Yes, and then we also have the universal jar. This is 1.5 liter in size, and it's ergonomic, integrated cover handle here so that you can easily store your snacks, your crisps. So what I like to put here are actually my snacks, my healthy snacks. Sometimes I just grab like a piece or two, and then yung natitirang mga food items, I put them inside to keep them crisp and fresh longer. So yan. So I like this container to organize my things. Hindi lang actually food items po. I also use this for organizing my things, my toiletries. I put this in the new universal jar containers. And then
we also have again our modular bowls. So we have this campaign po no, in different sizes. From as small as 250 ml, ang ating little bowls, to our 2 liter, which will come po in C2 or weekly po. And we also have the 3 liter and 4 liter. So they come in watertight seals. So they have large tabs for easy opening. So round seal po siya. So class A sealing po, no, for the best sealing capacity. They come in different colors. So you can color coordinate, you can color code. And at the same time, multi-use din po for your leftovers, for your fruits, for your veggies, for storing, and for serving as well. So perfect po ang ating modular bowls. And when not in use, they can nest po on top of each other. So space saving pa.
Yeah, and of course, we mentioned this earlier, and you've seen this in most of the photos earlier. This is our SS squares. It comes in 4 sizes. It comes in 1.2, there's 2.6, there's also a 4-liter size. So different sizes depending on your need, and also comes in different heights, depths, or width. So yeah, so napakagandang product, and you can put a lot of your ingredients here and store it in the pantry. So we have a lot of, in there, pakita mo Paul yung biggest size.
And SS number 4, square number 4.
4, yeah. So napakaganda. So we have some videos to show you so that you can appreciate the details of these new products we are launching this month. So let's watch these videos.
Audio lang, sir. Thank you. Ayan. So there you have it po, no? You have seen po, no, our product training or product demo videos for both our new and core products. Ayan.
Yeah, so now let's play a game. So we actually have 3 questions, and the first one to answer the correct question or will give us the best answer, we'll choose one winner for each question. We'll win the 2-piece Camellia canisters as well. So first question, Paul?
Yes, for our first question, no, merong 9 tips na binigay si Miss Jean. So can you give us po 3 tips on organizing? So again, as mentioned, yung first po na makakapag-provide ng at least 3 tips out of the 9 na pinrovide ni Miss Jean will win nga the 2-piece Camellia 1-touch canister. So since meron lang tayong delay sa ating signal or ating transmission, so we will notify later on kung sino yung first to have actually commented the correct 3 tips na nakuha niya from Miss Jean, and they will notify you po.
Actually, meron
Ayan,
na mabilis.
meron na.
Miss Mars Passion. Siya yung pinakaunang lumabas
As
sa akin.
always,
Nakita
Miss
niyo ba? Mars
Mars
Passion. Measurements,
yes,
of course.
measurements,
Measure yourselves.
and styling and tablescapes. So congratulations po, Miss Mars Passion. Ayan.
Let's note the name. Yan, Mars Passion. And then for the next question, now this is related to Tupperware. I want you to give me the reason why Tupperware is the best solution in doing your home organizing or home makeover. So maybe give me like one best reason why Tupperware is the best solution, and the first one to give me a good answer will win the prize. Yan. So let's see. Okay, may sumagot na ba? Bakit Tupperware? Yan. Yung tanong basically it's about Tupperware. The second question is about Tupperware. Yan,
so, may mga sumagot na Cristalle and durable.
Yan, so ang unang sumagot, actually, nakikita ko sa ating chat is si Ma'am Venus.
Miss Venus Hammer.
Sabi niya durable.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Durable is actually one of the best answers. But tama naman po yung mga sagot ng iba. There's quality. About the product, yeah, they are stackable. So more about the product yung question number 2. Because of the seal, of course, it's watertight and seal-proof. Yeah, good quality and a space saver. Yeah, so the top answer, the first one who's able to answer was
durable.
Venus. Yeah, very
Venus Hammer.
And then the third question, Jin, would you like to
we have Miss Jean to do the honors?
Okay, yeah, so for the third question, what is your favorite Tupperware product, and give us at least one best feature of the product?
Yeah, so what is your favorite Tupperware product from today's live, and tell us at least one feature of the product. Yan. So yung pinakaunang makasagot ng magandang answer, we will win the prize. Let's see. I'm looking at my wait ko yung phone ko dito para
si Miss Joyce, nauna na ata siya, Miss Cristalle.
Miss Joyce Solano. Yan. So her answer is
crystal jar.
Because of gusto niya yung feature na it is clear.
Clear.
Crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
The crystal jars are actually made of polycarb material, which has the look of glass. It's like glass, so elegant look of glass. There. So thank you to all the winners. Congratulations to all the winners. Please don't forget to leave your name and details below. And then before we move to the next portion, we want to invite everyone to join our Facebook promo because we actually have a very big promo this month. Yeah, let's flash the slides on this or the poster. So
aabangan niyo po.
The mechanics are very simple. So you simply have to post a photo of your pantry, your shelves in the kitchen with a caption explaining why do you need Tupperware to help you organize, or why do you need Tupperware to help you with your home organization or your home makeover, and you get to win
drum roll
100,000 worth of
product. 100,000 worth.
Can we join? Can I join?
Yeah, you can actually join. Yeah, it's open.
So this is open.
I can join. It's
open
pala.
Yeah, to customers. Yes, so business consultants, to our managers, including po yung mga newly registered or sign up. So lahat po is actually welcome po to join. So ang paalala lang namin, don't forget to actually make your Facebook profile po on public para we can see po your entry, and at the same time please like and follow po our Tupperware social media accounts, because you'll see po the posters there, especially on Facebook. And then see posters po no, for details. So I think we have a sample of the poster na makikita nyo in the next slide. So meron lang kayong idea. So this is where we detail everything po no, from the mechanics, ano yung composition po ng 100,000 pesos worth of Tupperware products, plus the criteria for judging. So which is actually in the next slide. So if you can just click on the next slide lang po. No? So we have here the sample of the poster. So ito po yung hahanapin ninyo para you'll be guided accordingly for the mechanics and criteria for judging.
Yes,
so excited ba kayo?
We will choose 5 best posts. So 5,
Wow.
there will be 5 winners. So we will
Of
choose
100,000
based on the criteria of judging. So the criteria is actually the photo, of course, the caption. It's very important that you put a really good caption explaining why you need Tupperware to help you organize your life. Why you need to organize your life with Tupperware. And also, it's important that, of course, you tag Tupperware. Use the hashtags. Very important. You have to use the hashtags because that's the way we will be able to see your entry. Yan. Okay, so see posters for more details. Please join na. Share this with all your friends, your families, your customers, your customers, everyone. Share it with everyone in your sales groups, your Viber groups, everywhere. So thank you again to our special guest, Miss Jin Panlilio by Design by Detail. Jin, invite them to your social
Thank you, Miss Jin.
Go ahead.
Follow natin.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I had it. Yes, you can follow me on Jin Panlilio, or my interior design is Design by Detail PH. So,
yan, okay.
Thank you. It was so much fun.
Yeah. We'll see more of you.
Thanks. We'll see you again.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yes. I'll see you again soon.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jean.
Bye.
Bye. So guys, wag pa muna kayong aalis kasi Miss Jean pa lang yung mamamaalam sa atin for now. Because dahil alam sure nagutom kayo dun sa ating manghaba at very meaty and productive discussion. Ayan, I'm sure nagugutom din kayo. Baka gusto nyo kumain ng something na grilled this time around. So this will actually serve as a teaser for our newest cookware collection, because in Tupperware we say it's easy cooking with Tupperware because it's Tupperware. Ayan. So tawagin na natin, syempre i-cue na natin, Chef Anna. Please come in. Ayan.
So, good morning, Paul. Good morning to all of our viewers. So happy to be joining you here today. And gusto ko yung theme mo, organizing. It's really important kasi to keep your space organized because it gives you a clear view. Plus, it promotes efficient workflow, especially in the kitchen. And I heard na ugutom ka na, may hawak ka pang sandok. So, kita niyo naman yung aking environment. It's different today because yung recipe ko medyo related to bringing outdoor experience but staying at home pa rin. Our recipe is called one-pan grilled salmon with asparagus. So, ito yung mga medyo mahilig sa mga ihaw-ihaw. But, of course, you can do this inside or outside your home because we are going to use the newest Chef Series non-stick grill pan.
And Chef, so I like the idea for a change na we're going outdoor naman. So tama yan. Change of environment naman tayo sa ating kitchen setup ni Chef Anna. And ako man, actually favorite ko rin. Gusto ko rin naman kumakain actually ng grilled dishes. Yun nga lang, dahil nga medyo matrabaho siya gawin. Kung hindi siya ating ginagawa on a weekend, very on special occasions lang. Pero I'm happy nga to note na because of itong i-introduce mo na cookware, every day pwede ko na ma-enjoy yung grilled dish. Kasi nga, di ba, ang tagal na. Imagine, magpapaano ka ng uling. Lalagyan mo pa, magpapaalam ka pa hanggang sa mag-apoy na siya. Kakain lang naman ako for 15 minutes. Mas matagal pa yung prep time kaysa doon sa actual eating time.
I know, Paul. Alam ko naman na we're finding ways on how to make our kitchen lives easier, no? So talagang totoo yan. Pag medyo challenging kapag nag-iihaw tayo. So, yung recipe natin is very, very easy. But before we go on to our main dish, I want to show you how incredible our cookware. And I'm so happy because we are going to use the Chef Series non-stick grill pan. And this is very easy to prepare kasi you only need a stove top burner, tapos yung cookware nyo na, and then ingredients such as salmon fillet, yung asparagus, olive oil, salt, and pepper. But gusto kong ipakita sa inyo na one of the trickiest kasi na recipe is to cook a steak. So this is a minute steak kasi maluluto siya in a minute or two, diba? So usually challenging talaga to cook mga steak and beef like this. So kailangan natin i-preheat muna ang ating cookware. It's very important to preheat. Tapos we'll do a water test because this water test will help me signify na na-reach niyo na yung proper temperature. So actually, napansin niyo naman, Paul, diba? We usually do water test sa ating mga Inspire, sa Universal, para greaseless and no oil because it creates a temporary non-stick effect. Okay? So
yun ang
if you have
question,
your steak, kailangan manipis siya. So, very, very thinly cut. And alam mo ba, Paul, kapag nagluluto ka talaga ng steak, kailangan you cook it with oil and then butter para it's very rich, it's savory, and of course, para hindi siya dumikit. But this time, using our Chef Series grill pan, wala tayong oil na ilalagay. I'm just going to season this with some salt and then freshly cracked pepper. Medyo mas malasa kasi sila. Yan. So, lalagay lang natin salt and pepper. So, meron din akong water dito. We're doing a water test para lang mabilis. Ayan. Actually, nakikita nyo ba dyan? Meron na siyang
parang nag-crystallize, chef.
Yes. Yes, ang ganda, diba? So, ayan. Okay na to for cooking. Lalagay lang natin siya. And it's very
chef,
easy to preheat.
Yes,
it's very easy to preheat. Ang bilis, diba? Ang bilis natin mag-preheat. So, parang less than 1 minute nag-preheat na yung ating cookware. So, huwag niyong gagalawin yung steak nyo at this point. Kailangan you have to wait for it na maluto. Tapos magre-release siya on its own. So, pwede niyo siyang i-check. Oh, ayan, nag-fall. Ang galing. Diba?
Oo nga, chef, no, nag-change na yung color niya. Ang bilis nag-change yung color ng brown,
and,
reddish brown. Yes.
And kita nyo, effortless yung pag-move ko doon sa ating beef. Yeah, so just ganyan lang. Actually, dito yung main recipe, but I'd just like to show you how incredible our cookware, no? And nung tinitest ko siya, ang galing. Sabi ko, wow, makakapagluto pala ako ng beef without adding oil. Plus, it's very, very quick. So, when you go to the supermarket, piliin nyo lang, kailangan i-request nyo is yung super nipis na cut ng beef para hindi siya challenging. Kasi usually, yung mga beef talaga, medyo mabilis silang tumigas, diba?
So, chef, yun yung mga parts na pwede namin alternative, no, na kung hindi man kami steak ang bibili namin. So, pwedeng ibang parts na basta manipis. Manipis yung pagkakakat mo, chef.
Correct. Bibili ka ng beef steak, or if you're cooking beef steak, kung mag-request ka ng sirloin na sobrang nipis, actually, pwede nga mas manipis pa dito eh. Parang paper thin yung nipis na mas the better. Pagka nagluluto ka ng magpapaluto ka kay mommy mo ng mga beef stir fry with young corn, bell pepper, actually yun talaga yung sikreto. Kailangan lang super nipis ng cut ng ating beef. So, actually, this is already done. Ang bilis, diba? Kita nyo naman effortless.
Parang wala pang 5 minutes siya.
Correct. And what I usually do, kapag mga non-stick cookware, tapos I'll be changing the recipe since we're moving on to our next recipe. You just have to wipe it. Sobrang bilis.
Wow!
Matatanggalin ka yung juice. Yes, it's very, very easy to do. So, palalamikin lang natin siya. Wipe this. Yan. Ang bilis niyang matanggal. Diba?
So yung turnover and prep time natin, chef, no, ang bilis kasi wala nang menos hugas ng ating cookware. So wow, chef, pinunasan mo lang. Ang linis na ng grill pan. Pahit-pahit lang.
Actually, yun yung secret. Especially kapag non-stick cookware, it's very, very easy to clean. So, moving on to our main dish. So, of course, you will be needing salmon. Diba? We usually order this sa mga restaurants. So, this is a salmon fillet. Ang gagawin lang natin is I'm going to squeeze this with some lemon.
Lemon, yes. Flavorful
Talagang pang tinggal lansa.
Science. So, chef, pwede rin ba dyan tangige?
Oh yes, pwede ang tanige, blue marlin, or any fish fillet. Kailangan lang medyo thick yung cut niya. Tapos, of course, we're going to season with salt and pepper. Pati sa sides, dapat merong seasoning.
So very minimalist yung recipe, chef, no? Salt and pepper lang. Walang oil, walang butter, walang any additional, no? Flavorful yung ating recipe.
We will be adding olive oil later kasama kasi niya yun sa marination. But ang maganda dito, using freshly cracked black pepper. And yun lang, yung kanyang ingredients. Usually kasi, Paul, the simplest ingredients usually yun yung masasarap na mga pagkain. Diba yung mga beef or yung mga pork, lagyan mo na ng salt and pepper, okay ka na? Sa mga probinsya sila, sobrang simple lang. Okay, so pipreheat na natin yung ating, sorry, may dumaan. I-preheat na natin yung Chef Series grill pan.
Chef, parang ang laki ng grill pan natin, no? Parang from here, parang ang laki-laki niya.
Actually, ano siya, approximately, kung hindi ako nagkakamera, 11.8 inches, about 30 centimeters. So, yun yung gusto ko rin sa kanya.
Isang ruler na ganito na siya.
It has a wide cooking surface. So, kailangan ganito yung inyong, you season it well. Damihan pa natin
yung sides.
Yes, yung both sides, salt, pepper. Tapos we will be adding some olive oil because it adds richness and a flavor din sa ating fish. Konti lang naman as a marination.
So hindi talaga siya yung magiging cooking element. More of marinate po ang purpose po ng pag-add po natin ng olive oil.
And maganda yung mga ganito because mas malasa pagka bagong cracked na pepper. So again, we'll just do some water test.
Yan, nag-crystallize na sila.
Okay na siya.
So pwede na tayo mag-start.
So kapag fillet, yung yung fillet sa ang side ang gagamitin, unahin natin. Later na yung skin. Ayan. Then the next
so, chef,
one.
no, yung kaibahan natin sa meat, no, na karne ng baka or baboy, manipis yung requirement natin. So para naman sa fish, kailangan naman makapal. So pwede tayong gumamit ng mga salmon, blue marlin, tanige, or kung meron din available, pwede din pong cream nori. Tama po ba siya?
Yes, yung cod fillet, mura din siya. Parang makakabili ka sa supermarket, pwede rin yun. So, what you usually do, medyo i-press nyo lang siya para mas dumikit yung grill marks doon sa ating salmon to create beautiful grill marks. And you know, there's a lot of things to... Teka, may dadaan na sa sakyan, maingay. So there's a lot of things to love about our cookware. Kanina, you asked already na anong size ng ating cookware.
Oo, ang laki.
Oo, di ba? So it gives us a wide surface for cooking. And later, idadagdag ko na yung salmon sa side. So yun nga, it's a one-pan grilled salmon. And rivets yung kanyang handle. Ibig sabihin naka-tornilyo siya. So it gives us, ensures durable and sturdy, and encapsulated yung kanyang base, and non-toxic yung ating coating, and it's made of high-quality stainless steel.
Hey, Chef, actually gusto ko yung point mo kanina na ano siya, it's non-stick pero yung coating natin is non-toxic. Kasi nga, di ba, yung mga nababasa natin, di ba, na yung mga other non-stick na cookwares, no, they cause carcinogens, pinagiging source of carcinogens, which is nagkakos nga siya ng certain types of cancer. So which is, yun yung ayaw natin, gusto natin i-avoid kasi nga, nalilipat natin from the cookware into the food and then kinakain yung food siya. So at least with our Tupperware Chef Series non-stick grill pan, we are assured na yung ating kinakain po na food, wala po sa kanya nagsisip into po na toxic coating chemical. So kaya nga siya ay tinawag natin PFOA free.
Exactly, Paul. It's very important nowadays to invest in a really good non-stick cookware like the Chef Series grill pan. And you mentioned kanina, ano yung tamang term sa debose, or what do you call this? Yung pag yung...
Nakaumbok siyang ganun, Chef. So debose,
yes, yung
papaloob.
grill marks. Ang alam ko lang kasi emboss. So,
palabas naman, Chef. Yes.
And because of those grill marks, debose grill marks, efficient yung kanyang pag-create ng grill marks for efficient cooking and heat distribution.
Saka, Chef, napansin ko kanina, parang hindi ka nahirapan siyang i-lift, So, hindi siya ganun ka-heavy, unlike ibang cookware na pagkalaki-laki, pero pagkabigat-bigat na hindi mo siya ma-lift.
Correct. And last two more important points, cast hollow yung handle, so it stays full to the touch. And kapag burner, doon mo talaga masusubok na hindi talaga siya umiinit. And hindi ako gumagamit ng cookware. And pot holder, sorry. And most importantly, you can actually use the Chef Series grill pan inside the oven.
Totoo yun, Chef. Pwede ko siyang ilagay sa loob ng oven.
Correct! So, kapag magluluto ka ng mga frittata, tapos lalagyan mo ng mga breadcrumbs para to toast, pwedeng-pwede. So, let's see.
Guys, pwede sa loob ng oven. Ayan.
So, Paul, tingnan mo to, ha? I'll just lift the salmon. Oh, di ba? Ang ganda, ang effortless.
Parang meron na siya nung markings na hinahanap natin for grilled recipe. Ayan.
So usually press this lang ng konti para mas maging grill mark.
Wow, Chef. Ay, ang ganda. Wow.
Ang galing, diba?
Parang niluto sa uling pero sa stovetop actually gawa na gamit ang Chef's Series non-stick grill pan.
Parang outdoor experience pa rin. Kasi yung amoy, yung parang pag nag-iihaw ka, you still get the grill mark. So while waiting for our salmon, yung asparagus, pwede na rin natin siyang ihalo. Lalagyan lang din natin siya ng olive oil. Konti lang.
For flavor, Chef.
Yes. And, tapos some salt and of course pepper. So kahit wala ka ng kanin, Paul, ito lang salmon. Ito lang asparagus.
So, kumpleto na, Chef, na meron akong fish at meron akong vegetables.
Igilin natin sa gilid. Maluluto na yan. Alam mo naman ang vegetables, it's so easy to cook. Siguro mga 5 minutes, luto na yan. So,
dapat hindi overcook. Tsaka, Chef, ang galing kasi instead na pupunasan mo siya ulit dahil magluluto ka ng asparagus dahil nga 11.8 inches ang diameter ng ating grill pan, kasyang-kasya na yung salmon natin na fillet plus our asparagus on the side.
You save a lot of space. So, if you guys want to cook this with a sauce, mag-chop lang kayo ng maraming garlic and then just saute it with olive oil, season it with salt and pepper. Then just before serving, pwede nyo na siyang i-drizzle on top of the salmon.
So kung may pag-gravy, no, mga pag-ganyan, or diba, special sauce. So chef, on the average, no, mga ilang minutes yung kailangan natin bago natin i-turn siya ulit to the other side.
Per fish like this, siguro mga 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Actually, pag nasa-start na siyang mag-flake, pwede na, luto na siya. Mabilis lang din maluto. But hinahabol na natin also is the grill mark. So let's see kung pwede na natin i-turn. Yay! Ang ganda!
Ang ganda! Para nagkaroon ng tiger print yung ating salmon. Parinig na rin ko dito, chef, no? Nagsisisel. Wow! Chef, no, compared dun sa uling na pag-grill, no, hindi siya ganun kausok. So, hindi ka rin, di ba, exposed dun sa carbon emission, no, dahil nga sa pag-iihaw using uling. Ayan.
And yes, at some point, parang yung too much eating yung mga grilled, kasi especially yung mga brown spots, it's actually not really nice also for our digestion, di ba? Yan. So, parang luto na yung asparagus natin. You just have to wait na parang siyang very nice green color. Luto na siya. Okay. And then just siguro 1 or 2 minutes. This is already done.
Wow, chef!
So, Paul, this is already done. So, tanggalin ko na yung asparagus. Yay! If you guys see, nakita niyo kung how wonderful yung golden, yung color ng ating asparagus.
Asparagus, yes.
And yung pagtingin green, you can now remove it. Or diba, sobrang bilis magluto. And ang daming space, so you don't need a separate pan. And then yung salmon natin, it's very, very beautiful yung kanyang grill mark. Yay! So, patayin ko na yung burner kasi the heat continues to cook our fish. So, back to you, Paul.
O chef, no, siguro lang, no, just to
Ayan. I think naputol ang ating video. So thank you. Thank you, Chef Anna, for the wonderful recipe. Thank you, Chef Anna. Yan, so medyo na ano lang yung signal natin, but super, I can't wait to cook this wonderful recipe. Yan.
So aabangan po natin yan, no? Ang ating newest cookware collection, which is the non-stick collection. So isa pa lang po yan nakita ninyo. Meron pa po kayong ibang aabangan. Ayan.
So sinong excited dito na makatry? Lutuin itong recipe ni Chef Anna. Type in below.
Hindi lang po kanina, meron lang tayo whole pepper, no? Black pepper, meron lang tayo salt, meron lang tayo squeeze na lemon for flavor, and then olive oil for flavor. So parang 4 ingredients, and then yung karne na natin. So 5 lang yung ingredients natin. Meron na akong healthy dish na maihahain without having to wait, no, for more than 15 minutes, which is ikakain ko na lang kesa iaantay ko, chef.
So watch out for this cookware because we're launching it actually in August 16, August campaign 2. And if you want to get this product, type it down below if excited kayo to see this product in stores or to even be able to try this product. And if you want to learn more about our products, you may visit any of our TupperwareBrands branch nationwide. You can also visit our website, www.tupperwarebrands.ph. You may also follow us on Instagram at TupperwareBrandsPH. And also you can check out our Tupper Shop. If you want to sign up, you can also sign up to Tupper Shop. So it's really fun having all of you with us today. We hope to see you again on our next Tupperware Brands Live. Watch us on August 16 because we will be featuring another recipe using our newest cookware this August, our Chef Series Grill Pan featuring Chef Gabby Del Prado. Yan. So mark your calendars. Yan. So thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, everyone. So again, no, August po is our first ever Tupperware Makeover 2021 campaign. So please po, no, browse through our brochure for all the products that you would need po for your own DIY home, kitchen, and pantry fluffing. And at the same time, August is again no, our second leg of our Cookware Festival. So again, hashtag DisCOOKvery, no, discovering healthy cooking with Tupperware. So available pa rin po ang ating Inspire Universal Cookware. And aabangan nyo nga po, as mentioned by Cristalle, come August 16, our newest non-stick collection. So thank you po for bearing with us and for joining us this afternoon, for 1.5 hours, so record breaker yan. So thank you for being with us, and we hope po no, you enjoyed this episode. Marami po kayong natutunan. So again, no, we continue to commit good no, in Tupperware by again no, living a well-lived life. So again, all facets of it po sa bahay, sa personal, and even in your organizing. Ayan, katulong ninyo, katuwang po ninyo ang Tupperware. So this has been Paul po, your category manager. Thank you po.
Thank you,
and
everyone.
we'll see you again on soon. Ayan, on August 16. Ayan. Bye for
Bye.
now.
Bye.